Hi, CJ Laria, and today I'm going to get a little technical with you, so bear with me. Let's talk about exterior stucco. Now, stucco is a cementitious surface on the exterior of a building, commercial or residential for that matter, and it can come in a variety of surfaces. It can go from a smooth sand finish all the way to a heavy brocade, which is about as lumpy as you can get. But something that happens with stucco, and by the way, I'm a fan of stucco. It's a great exterior surface, but like anything else, it needs to be properly maintained. One downfall to stucco is that you will get surface cracking. With the changing of seasons, and of course depending on the climate in which you live and your investment property exists, there's an expansion and contraction of building materials that goes on. Metal moves, wood moves. Well, stucco doesn't move very well, and so while these other materials will move with climatic changes, be it moisture, temperature, and so on, you'll get cracks. You'll get little surface cracks in stucco. Is that a bad thing? Well, the answer is a qualified no. It's really not. The problem is merely aesthetic. Anytime you get a surface crack in stucco, the thickness of, let's say, a credit card or less, it's just unsightly. That's all it is. This can easily be treated. It can be treated with a patching compound. If you are going to repaint, why, you can use what's called an elastomeric patching compound. Elastomeric is very simply a generic term meaning elasto. It stretches. It can stretch beyond its shape, and meric, it has a memory, so it can come back to its original shape. There are elastomeric patching compounds and elastomeric coatings. So when you repaint the house, you can actually use a thicker, more rubbery acrylic type of compound as your final paint coat. Or if you've got cracks that are thicker, treat it with special extra thick, higher solids elastomeric patching compounds, and then top coat with elastomeric on top of it. Now you may say, well, why do I have to use elastomeric? Why don't I save money and use regular paint? I'll tell you why. Very, very high acrylic content. One thing about acrylic is that it's shiny. So what may happen is that if you patch a crack and then you paint over with regular flat paint, you may get these shiny little snakes across your wall. And so there is a word for caution here. If you have a heavy patch, you may just want to recoat and top coat with the whole thing over the entire surface in elastomeric. At any rate, that's a very brief tip on how to treat surface cracks in stucco. Bottom line is, it's not the end of the world. Unless you're living on a hill in a highly active seismic area, don't worry about cracks in stucco. It's just aesthetic, and if you have it in your budget, you know what to do now to treat it so that you get your house in marketable shape. That's a tip for today. CJ Laria signing off.